very first Christian church was in Jerusalem, and it determined to remain together in a single mixed community of Greek-speaking and Aramaic-speaking believers. But before long, a split started during an apparently minor dispute. Some Greek-speaking widows complained that the deacons, that's Greek for servants, were giving them smaller portions than the Aramaic-speaking widows. The disciples addressed this problem by appointing Greek-speaking leaders to their team. This halted the immediate crisis, but it was the start of a split that became a permanent divide. One surprising outcome of this first split was its effect on evangelism, because some of the newly appointed Greek leaders, including Philip and Stephen, became powerful evangelists. These non-Jewish Christians faced severe persecution by the Jews, and Stephen was martyred. Many Greek-speaking Christians therefore fled abroad. This resulted in evangelism in many more cities, but also divided the church geographically. One of the main persecutors of these Greek believers was Saul, who was converted while pursuing them. Using his Greek name, Paul, he became the greatest evangelist to the Greek-speaking world, and found himself effectively the head of a rival church. Paul went to great lengths to try healing this rift by collecting money for the impoverished Jerusalem church. His plan went disastrously wrong, because some Jews in the temple thought that Paul's friends were Gentiles. They thought that Paul had sneaked them into the inner court. In the ensuing riot, Paul was arrested by the Roman soldiers. Many of the most eloquent and memorable passages in the New Testament were written to combat rivalry and disharmony. This theme is clear in the carefully constructed one Lord, one faith passage in Ephesians 4, and the elegant image-filled passage about controlling the tongue in James 3. Even the beautiful poem about love in 1 Corinthians 13 is a call for unity, placed between the two chapters concerning the particularly divisive subjects of worship styles and spiritual gifts. Perhaps this is one reason why it's so appropriate at weddings. The Jewish world at the time of Jesus was like the modern church, divided into countless factions. Jesus paradoxically managed to unite the Pharisees and Sadducees because they had to cooperate to accuse him before the Romans. And they tried to repeat this rare moment of unity when they attempted to accuse Paul before the Romans, but Paul exploited their differences. He provoked them into an open argument with each other in the courtroom until the trial ended with a riot. These splits within Judaism almost destroyed it. When the Zealots, the Jewish terrorists, took over Jerusalem, causing the Romans to attack the city, the Pharisees and Sadducees failed to unite to stop this disaster. In AD 70, Judaism learned this hard lesson about unity, and they worked to heal divisions during this time of weakness. Churches sometimes learn the same lesson when they are in the minority or persecuted. When there are fewer of us, our differences seem less important than the Saviour whom we have in common. But when churches grow strong, it becomes easier to split and to disobey the only specifically new commandment that Jesus gave us: love one another. Our emphasis should be on the things that unite us. In Paul's letter to the Philippians, written when two of its members, Euodia and Syntyche, were embattled, he makes his famous plea to think about what is honourable, pure and praiseworthy. Instead of highlighting our rivals' failings and vices, let's take Paul's words to heart and look for whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, and whatever is admirable in them, because this will lead us all to the peace of God. God bless.